Hey, Internet. In a previous video, we started this pipe puzzle, and we talked about what we were about to start doing, and a couple of you wonderful people, such as Josh Kendrick, said, "Stop! You're about to make life much harder for yourself than you have to." He didn't phrase it like that. He just said, "Have you thought about addressable LEDs?" And we hadn't, and now we have. And oh God, they came in yesterday, and that was definitely the way to go. We were going to, on the other one, this is the other one, have these guys in here, and each one of these is little 10mm holes, was going to have a LED in it that was going to talk individually to a shift register and lots of wires and blah, 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 blah. With an addressable LED, they come from the factory with a chip actually in the LED, one nice, beautiful package. You download a library and you basically just tell the code how many LEDs you have in this strip, and each one talks to the next one, and so on and so forth. We got the high density stuff, such as this trough right here is going to house our, instead of 32 10mm LEDs, we're going to use 64 addressable and a tape. Had to make our slot a little longer. We've got one of these already cut out, but he'll still go in there like that. Doesn't change the aesthetic much, but makes the tech a lot easier, and I think it's going to be more robust. Another thing, we had Preston talking about throwing some science at the wall to seeing what stick. Well, it kind of stuck. It didn't really. So he had milled out this nice aluminum ram thing that we were hammering into pipes, and you had to heat it up, and it was a lot of work for it. Kind of worked, and found this guy here. This is a tool specially made for basically taking a pipe and flaring out one end such that it can receive the same diameter pipe. And
somebody else actually recommended it.
and someone else on the internet said, "Hey, this is a thing." And yes, it is a thing. I just split this one out. That's because I cut sloppily earlier for this video. That did not happen on any of the tests. But using this guy, it doesn't have It widens out a relatively short length of the pipe. We were hoping for about double that, but this is what exists, and it's still definitely easier than individually heating and hammering all these pipes down onto our aluminum ram set. So we will be going with this for a lot of our copper pipe work for this and other steampunk jobs. So thank you to whoever on the internet said that. You get bonus points. These are the acrylic inserts that the lights go into. Here's the empty one right here, about to put the other one into that. Just having the lights under lunch sitting into the slot, they don't really want to sit in the slot, so we've got to put some kind of tape on there to hold it in. For the temporary, we just use blue tape, but then you can see the blue through the front of it. So late last night, I was like, oh, I know. I'll use some of this silver tape that you use for like heating and HVAC ducts for there, because it's going to be nice and silver from the front, and that'll look great. So I pulled the masking tape on, I put the silver tape on, and I plugged it in, and it worked great for about 30 seconds. Then it started freaking out, because aluminum tape is conductive, and lots of little connections on the back of here that do not need to be connected, all threaded out together. So I pulled that off, and on this one I have put some blue tape on the back of the strip to insulate it, razored that off along the edge, and then rebedded that down and put the silver tape on the back of that. So here we have one of these light columns that's ready to get fitted into the copper pipe as soon as that's been polished and ready to go. And I just got to do the other one, and then we can get to playing with pipe and making this the steamiest of punks. right, it is starting to come together. These guys are right now just sitting here. We're going to bolt them in place. I have to come in and make some larger holes there for my my 1/4-20 brass bolts. I've got all the code working, and so this at this point should be fairly plug and play. I've had all of this working separately from the box off over by the electronics bench, and now I'm pulling those, dropping things in place, bunch of wires hanging loose in here right now, and we can start actually doing the assembly and making this thing look pretty and cool and do stuff. Quick word on my hatch here. We got some stainless steel grating on this. I've always liked the idea of, for the escape rooms, you can see what you need to get to, you just can't get to it because it's locked. Oh, damn it, now I gotta hotwire the solenoid.
Holy crap, it worked. That looks great, it works great. We've got an electronics video coming up, and we have a video about how we search for ideas. And that might be entertaining and interesting. I just smashed those two words together. Tell your mom I said hi, and I'll see you in a week.